So this video is titled "The Male Loneliness Epidemic Isn't Real" by Sparky's Thoughts. Let's go.
I don't know if you guys know this. There's like a male loneliness epidemic. You guys know?
You know, it's a bunch of like bitter women in here. I'm sorry.
Clap it up if you heard of the male loneliness. Yeah, just the women. That's cool. And
so apparently there's a male loneliness epidemic where men everywhere are hopeless, alone, and unable to find love altogether.
I'm not gonna lie, it's just really because of the internet, bro. If you a guy, like, just go outside. I feel like nowadays, though, people are so scared. Like, you know the meme, like, the worst she could say is no, and then it just be, like, something completely, like, it'd be something worse that happens where you just get, like, slandered in a group chat, or you just get cooked all over social media. Like, people are so scared of, like, appearing as a creep or getting clowned, and they're just so, like, you know, they don't want to put themselves out there, bro. That's really the way I see it.
And honestly, we don't even have to start with love. Let's just talk about female interaction in general. At least that's what my TikTok feed tells me in between J Guapo videos and women eating isopods at a restaurant in Japan. Here's my controversial take, though. I don't think it's an epidemic at all. What I think it is men convincing themselves that it's over before it even started, and a lot of women doing what women do and posting high standards that aren't even a reflection of their own lives.
Did you hear about women being like women don't even want to go on coffee dates anymore, bro? Like, they're like, oh my god, you're trying to take me on a coffee date? Am I really? I'm not that bitch. Take me out on a real date. And it's like, you go on a coffee date because it's like this, bro, right? Women, they don't understand the perspective of the man, right? They always just look at things in the perspective of a woman. Are you gonna let somebody just fuck on the first night? You don't even know them? Off a first link up? No, you're not. You're gonna want to know them a little bit more, get comfortable to them, comfortable with them. It's the same thing with men. We are automatically expected to pay for the first date and all this shit. Why would I take you somewhere super nice so then you can just fucking ghost me? Because there's literally some guys, bro, that are in girls' phones and their name is hair, nails, food. Like, what are you talking about? You should ease into that. Why would I go all out from the jump? That's dumb.
By the way, right now I don't have an editor, so I'm gonna give it to you guys raw. Oh god, this video wasn't gonna be edited that much, so until further notice, I hope you. So the male loneliness epidemic. I've been seeing it all over my feed, at least for the past month. I might be a little late at this point, but it is what it is. It's basically what it sounds like. Men are lonely. They're not getting interaction with women. They're not being put in the typical situations to find a romantic partner. There's a bunch of other reasoning that people talk about when it comes to this subject. Honestly, I mainly see women talking about it, but quite frankly, bro, I feel like it's bullshit. First of all, can we just acknowledge that online dating discourse is heavily exaggerated?
I'm not gonna lie, online dating in general is just ass.
Women post about having high standards, nothing more than engagement, and to fool people into thinking that they're living lives that they're really not. How many times have you seen posts from 304s with 5 kids talking about, I know my value, I didn't need no man to tell me. Yeah, they agree, because they didn't tell you. They left, and they left the child. The point is, like, the post just isn't a reflection of who they actually are. And I think one of the major issues that arises with discourse like this online is that whether it's an accurate depiction of women or not, men see it and they internalize it. And
yeah, they do. They do. Because that's the shit that gets pushed and promoted, though, if you notice. That's the shit that always goes crazy. You never see the girl that's, like, chill and laid back, that's willing to go to, like, a coffee shop, that's willing to go to, like, a library. You know what I mean? Like, the girl that's actually willing to give you a chance. You see extremes. Everything on social media is extremes. Everything in social media operates off of extremes. You never see the stuff in the middle. Do you know what I mean? And that's where most people fall, is in the middle. All the desperate and miserable people are always going to be the loudest. Let's be real. And just like how there's a bunch of incels, there's also a bunch of femcells, bro.
They think that they don't even have a chance talking to or dating a woman or anything even happens. Reality is, like, most women are happy to talk to people in real life.
Facts.
Just friendly, exude some level of confidence, and they're respectful. They're not catcalling you on the street. This leads men into thinking that because they're not 6'5" with $1 million and an overgrown...
Bro, trust me, it don't gotta be like that, bro. There's expectation and then there's reality. You're not even given the opportunity for reality to play out. You just caught up on an expectation that's not even actually believable, bro.
Zucchini bulging out of their gray sweats that they can't even talk to a woman. I need men to understand that what people post on social media is not always their reality. If you really talk to girls,
99.9% of the internet is like, that shit is fake. Yes. They're just saying a bunch of shit that sounds good.
They are making these types of remarks about men and the type of men that they want. Yeah, that's an ideal situation for them, in the same way that most people would like to be rich in life, but everyone doesn't always end up rich. Yeah, it's an ideal situation to be with an attractive man with a lot of money, because a lot of money solves most people's immediate problems. That's just not the reality of things. People take the words of other people on social media like way too seriously. A place where they're incentivized.
That's why, bro, recently I really been spamming that not interested, bro. That shit works. It's gonna take a few times, but if you don't even interact with the content, that the algorithm's gonna know, okay, let me stop recommending it. The reason why you keep seeing that shit on your feed and it just keeps popping up and popping up and popping up and popping up is because you are allowing it to. You're interacting with it. The internet ish is all fake as hell. Like, everyone is either scared or trying to run. Yeah, exactly.
To post crazy and relatable things for engagement, and then they're just taking that and running with it as fact. I know girls personally that post every other day about hating men that love me, that are willing to have a conversation with men. They're genuinely good people, but it takes literally nothing to wake up and post, I hate women.
Nah, deadass.
This girl just got me mad. Men don't talk to.
Yeah, and a lot of those people, they're just like, they watch that content and they get caught up on that content and they start to convince themselves that it's true, bro. I remember I used to work with somebody, and we were like the two youngest people on the job, right? At the time that we were working. And so he got his heart broke and he just jumped straight into the red pill rage phase. And he was, I remember there was a day where he was like, bro, men and women can't be friends, woo, 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 woo. And whole time, his best friend was a woman. Like, dead ass, his best friend was a woman. He was like, yo, that's my sister. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Tariq, thank you for the GGs.
Me, especially in an ecosystem where that's all that's being fed to you is creepy men, and girls in the comments saying, man, men shouldn't approach me. Oh, I don't want any man approaching me ever again. Because of one creep that decided that beating his meat in public was something that he had to do. And I'm not saying that there's no truth to any of the things that women post on social media. I'm not saying that it doesn't even always reflect how they're actually feeling in the moment. I'm just saying that it's not the end-all be-all. The things that you post last year that you think is cringe now and you regret, or you posted based off of emotion. So men, stop internalizing it and just thinking like, I have no chance because most women just hate men, because these same women have to be getting their backs blown out by somebody. They don't hate men enough to just abstain from them altogether, right? Inevitably, the same women that complain about men see they're still dating men.
I run a 2.8 million meme page, bro. Everyone is an NPC. Literally, they're NPCs, bro. They're just going off of what they were influenced by, bro. And I do think, like, it is a little bit harder nowadays as a man, because the way that the internet is, it just opened up the game. So you could literally be in fucking Boise, Idaho. You could be a bad bitch in Boise, Idaho. You have the whole world in your fucking DMs, bro. Deadass. It's gonna be somebody that's gonna be reaching out because you look good. If you're a bad bitch. Do you know what I mean? And that gets mistaken with, you feel like you deserve a certain caliber of man. You know what I mean? And the internet just like, it just opened shit up and it just changed the expectations. And then a lot of these guys be watching these podcasts and this content, and then they think they're a high value man. And then they want a woman that they feel like, you know, like, oh, she has to be this, that, and the third. And a lot of times it'd be creepy shit. And it's like, bro, no. A lot of this shit is not what you think it is, bro. Most people, it's like, all you need is a conversation with somebody. Like, that's why I say, bro, like, as much as I love the internet and as much as this shit changed my life and as much as I want this shit to continue changing my life, imagine how people were back in the day. Nowadays, whenever you go to a party, people are recording themselves, trying to make it seem like they're having a good time. They're not even living in the moment. They're living for the fucking camera, bro. Or you go to a concert. Have you ever been to a music festival, bro? In 2024, 2025, people don't even enjoy the festival. They sit there and they record the whole thing and they try to just show people that they were there. Everything nowadays is not about living in the moment. It's not about actually connecting with people. It's about trying to make it seem like you're living this life that you're not. Everything on the internet is not what you think it is, bro. That's why it's better for you to just ignore all of that bullshit, tune out the noise, and keep up with shit that you actually enjoy in your life. And like, you will find somebody that has those same interests. Like for anime, for example, a lot of these dating pages try to make it seem like if you like anime, you're just gonna die alone. When in reality, it's mad women that go to anime conventions, and if you walk up and actually have a genuine conversation and you not lustful because her booty cheeks are out, maybe some shit might progress. You never know, bro. Literally.
And you see they're getting in these relationships. And quite frankly, for you to be so passionate about something, It had to have meant something to you in the first place. If women really walked around life... I used to think
Mizzy was cool, but he said nothing on the internet is what you think it is. Come on, bro. Legit age makes the difference. I wouldn't agree with that. I think it's just your character.
Caring about men at all.
It seems like romance is dead. I mean, I wouldn't say that romance is dead. I would just say a lot of people nowadays see relationships as like a business deal, right? And everybody's trying to close the deal and get more from the other person without having to give up too much. So then, because everybody's guarded, everybody doesn't want to be vulnerable, right? When in reality, when you're in a relationship with somebody, you should be giving them your all. You should be giving them not 100%, bro. You should be giving them 110%. And y'all should be competing to give the other person more stuff. You get what I'm saying? Rather than trying to get what you can from somebody. That's the problem nowadays. You know what I mean? Yo, thank you for that, bro. Romance is not dead. This hopeless discussion gets and then it's like people just see the shit on the internet of like couples walking on the beach, or they see this girl who got this crazy bouquet of flowers, and it's like, bro, you don't need to do all that. You know what I mean? You just can, like, you have to learn to appreciate the little shit in life. Stop comparing. Stop comparing yourself to others too, bro.
Not being worried about them. Then how could you even...
Simp mentality. You just prove... Look, bro. Simp mentality. You just proved my fucking point, bro. You literally just proved my point.
And get to a place where you hate them. You had to have dealt with them in some aspect before and had a bad experience.
Would be nice. But but like, you can't, a big ass crazy bouquet of flowers and shit. Don't be expecting that shit though.
They post about it because they just don't want to do it anymore? No. But if it was really something that they came to the conclusion was so bad and just didn't want to deal with it anymore, why do you think they're passionately
I know what you're talking about
it on social media? Because they obviously care about it. If you're not the type of man that doesn't need to be around women, then go talk to some women. I promise you it's not that deep. Too many men write themselves off before even making a move.
Facts.
Right? If you believe in the male loneliness epidemic, real quick, can I just ask you a question? Okay. How many women have you talked to in the last week? Go ahead.
That's the problem. The guy, bro, they're not leaving. They're not leaving the house. Most men nowadays, they don't even have genuine friendships. They don't even feel like they can open up to their own friend group. That's the problem. You know what I mean? I think this shit is real. I do think it's a real problem. It is a real problem. But it's a fixable issue. Like, it's literally, you have to just get out your own head, bro. And put yourself in discomfort for a little
bit. Then congratulations. You've diagnosed the problem. There's now a learned hopelessness. Stop letting this dictate your actions, guys. It's like refusing to apply for a job because you looked on Twitter and it said no one's hiring. Yeah, there is a source that may or may not confirm your suspicion, but just go see it for yourself. If every decision you had to make in your life was based off of a social...
King, thank you for the follow on the Purple app, man. I really appreciate that, bro. Everybody, follow up on Purple app if you haven't.
Media post or something that you've seen on TV or the internet, you would literally... I
don't know, that's me? What are you talking about?
Nothing. Your bills wouldn't get paid. You wouldn't have a roof over your head. And the thing is, to a degree, I get it. To a degree, it's comforting to believe that the problem is out of your control. Blaming society, women, dating apps, Twitter, it alleviates the responsibility from off of your shoulders. In fact, it's why the manosphere thrives. Because it gives people a villain
to... And here's the thing, right? A lot of those manosphere creators are just as bad as those friends only models, bro. They're preying on you. Instead of buying those feet pics and those butthole pics, they're trying to get you to buy that course, that crypto course, that trading course, that money mindset course, that confidence course. It's a spectrum. It's just each side and they're pulling to get you, bro.
Blame instead of acknowledging that everyone is flawed to a degree,
Why hella
but
girls
trying
got
to
friends? Only because we are in a male loneliness epidemic. Even why do you think parasocial content on Twitch goes so crazy? Why do you think everybody's faking as if they're in a relationship and it gets so many views? Because we're at a point where a lot of men nowadays are lonely and they're living vicariously through these streamers. You watching J Cinco, Riz Up Lala, and DDG, Riz Up India Love, and Jakara, and all this shit, you're living vicariously through these people, bro. Come on.
navigate through the flaws to ultimately get not only what you want, but what is beneficial to you. Are you guys noticing, at least in my experience, maybe you guys have seen something else, but like, yo, most of the voices that I hear talking about male loneliness is women. Like, it doesn't fail. So now you have a bunch of men
bro. They are talking about how it's not a male loneliness epidemic. They're talking about how it's like a what is it? What did they say? I forgot what they were saying. They were like, it's a lazy man epidemic or something, bro.
To women because of things that they heard from women,
Because
and now
they
the
hate men. That's literally what it is, bro.
women are giving those same men advice about how to solve a problem that was never a problem to begin with. I don't want to hear that the NBA is impossible to get into from someone who can't put the ball between their legs. And I'm not saying that women cannot have a perspective on this issue. I'm just saying don't take advice for people that don't have your best interests at heart, or people offering you perspective based upon a low-stakes situation of posting something for engagement, right? They're not even incentivized to give you guys the right advice. So I place zero blame upon them.
The crazy thing is, a lot of those people that make that content online, they're not even in the situation that you want. So you might as well just, bro, the best way to learn is just by doing, literally.
The women in this situation, but
You're
the
just
men
gonna get analysis paralysis watching all these videos, and I think that's the state that a lot of these guys are in right now.
that give into this
Troy
male
King, thank
loneliness
you.
epidemic. Wake up, bro. Go outside and touch some grass. Go talk to some women. Like, you could just talk to a dude and just tell that he has not experienced the touch, a hug, or the words of a woman in like 7 years, bro. And it's men that fall for shit like this. But I'm not just here to complain about the situation. I'm here to give you guys some advice. I'm not saying to look at these women on Twitter and just write off everything that they're saying just because they're women. I'm not saying to bash the women or men pushing certain narratives. I'm not even saying not to interact with it or not to take in the information that they're giving you guys. I'm just saying at least gain the experience within your own life to compare that information to something else. I'm just saying that at least if you're going to internalize the words of some random people on social media pushing a very interesting and questionable agenda, at least compare that to the reality of your own life based upon what you have done.
Yo type. No, bro, I don't have no type, bro. I'm a personality kind of guy.
Never talked to a girl before in your life, and you have no women in your life other than your mother, who still has to tell you to clean yourself properly sometimes. It is very understandable that you are going to go on Twitter and see a lot of these women who probably do hate men complaining about a male loneliness epidemic and immediately think like, oh, well, I guess I just can't talk to women, or, you know? But that is only because you have not done it in your own life. You don't have the anecdotal information based upon your own lived experiences to come to your own conclusion. So go talk to some women. Don't overthink rejection. It's never usually personal. Just focus on genuine interaction over pickup tactics. And if you feel like you do this and you still get rejected, then you're still getting rejected, then maybe you're doing something wrong. I feel like when most men talk to women nowadays, they're focused too much on like pickup tactics and executing the perfect move to get her to like me. And like they're trying to
you thinking too much about that. You just have to live in the moment and not give a fuck, bro. And if somebody's for you, they for you. If they not, then they not. And that's just what it is at the end of the day, bro.
Min-max the situation, like break it down to some sort of meta, like the new dribbling.
That's also what I hate about networking too. It's the exact same way. And that's why I said, bro, I don't really give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck about trying to always think. I don't give a fuck to think about saying the best thing to convince you. I don't want to convince you to do anything, bro. It's if you fuck with me enough, it's either yes or no. If it's a no, on to the next. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not going to be sitting here desperate, trying to word and phrase everything and think about everything that I got to say just to get you to converse with me. Because if a woman, if you in the dating scene, right? If a woman genuinely likes you, it doesn't matter what you say because she likes you. You get what I'm saying? Oh my god, it don't matter. Just be real. Just be genuine, bro. And if people like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. That's it. It's 8 billion people in the world. Half of them are women, bro.
Style in 2K for that season, and it's like, no, just have a human interaction, let the conversation flow, and I promise you your interaction.
Obviously don't. Bro said, nah, it definitely does matter. Listen, bro, obviously don't say shit that's off your impulse, like, yo, I'm trying to fuck, like, oh my god, I'm trying, yo, you look good as fuck. Like, don't do shit like that. I'm saying, like, stop trying to always come up with like the best pickup line, or you trying so hard to riz, or you thinking about, she sends you a text message and you sitting there for 5 minutes thinking about what you're gonna say. Because I've been in situations like that, like, damn, what could I say to try to lead the conversation down the way that I wanted to? Bro, just exist, bro.
With not only women but people in general will just start getting better. I guarantee you that if you talk to at least 10 women within the span of a month, at least one of them will respond positively, assuming that you don't stink or go outside looking like an idiot. And that's definitely better odds than 0. You know what makes your odds 0? Sitting inside scrolling all day, listening to misandrous.
You not taking the risk is worse than you even taking the risk, because you're only getting the negative. You're trying to protect yourself, but you're not benefiting.
And incels complain about male loneliness. Like, go outside and touch some fucking grass,
nah,
you bitch.
Facts.
And I'm not telling y'all niggas to sit there and look smacks or anything. Just apply
Looks max.
Basic effort to your life. Don't stink, wear some decent clothes, and at least fucking pretend to be confident. I wouldn't even say that I'm confident in every aspect of my life, but when I'm not, I sure do pretend, and I feel like it brings me a better outcome than if I didn't. So yeah, improve your life, not your dating stats. And this isn't about denying that loneliness does exist, but it's about rejecting the idea that it's inevitable. Rather hear someone
dead ass
complain about being rejected by one girl than hearing some.
All right, I get what he's saying. I'm not gonna lie, this was a good video, and yeah, this situation is you'll only be in a male loneliness epidemic if you allow yourself to be in that situation. Bro snapped.